The Vatican says that Pope Francis has suffered 2 new episodes of acute respiratory crises and been put back on non-invasive mechanical ventilation. Doctors extracted what they called copious amounts of mucus from his lungs in another setback in what has become a more than 2-week battle to overcome a complex respiratory infection and pneumonia. The Vatican said in a late update on Monday the 2 new episodes were caused by a significant accumulation of mucus in his lungs and bronchial spasms. The Vatican said 2 bronchoscopies were performed with the need for aspiration of copious secretions, adding Francis remained alert, oriented, and cooperated with medical personnel. The prognosis remained guarded. U.S. President Donald Trump again lashed out at Ukraine's leader on Monday for suggesting that the end of Russia's war against Ukraine is still far off. AP correspondent Sagar Meghani reports.
In London, Volodymyr Zelensky suggested the end of Russia's war against his nation is likely very, very far away. On social media, President Trump ripped Zelensky, saying that's the worst statement the Ukrainian leader could have made, adding America will not put up with it much longer.
You're gambling with World War III.
That comes after their Oval Office blow-up Friday. An experts take?
I think President Zelensky is quite right.
The Brookings Institution's Angela Stent, who used to be America's top intelligence officer for Russia, says Vladimir Putin is not interested in a deal to end the war.
He thinks Russia is winning.
And Putin's more than happy to watch a rift between the U.S. and Ukraine's European backers grow. Sagar Meghani, Washington.
This is VOA News. Poland's democracy hero, Lech Walesa, and 38 other former political prisoners in Poland have told President Trump that his treatment of Ukraine's president at the Oval Office last week filled them with horror and distaste. AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports.
In a letter posted on Facebook, they tell Trump that they found it offensive that he expected Zelensky to show respect and gratitude for the material assistance which the US has given Ukraine as it defends itself against Russia's invasion. They write that gratitude is due to the heroic Ukrainian soldiers who've shed blood in defense of the values of the free world. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Israel has introduced what it said is a new U.S. ceasefire plan and is trying to force U.S.-designated terrorist group Hamas to accept it by imposing a siege on the Gaza Strip. The plan is different from the one the 2 sides agreed to in January. The first phase of the negotiated ceasefire ended on Saturday with no clarity on what would come next since the agreement's second phase has not been hammered out yet. The new plan would require Hamas to release half of its remaining hostages in exchange for a ceasefire extension and a promise to negotiate a lasting truce. Hamas is believed to be holding 59 hostages, of whom 35 are still believed to be alive. Israel on Sunday halted all food, fuel, medicine, and other supplies to Gaza's population of some 2 million people and vowed additional consequences if Hamas did not embrace the new proposal. The European Commission yielded to pressure from European automakers on Monday by giving them 3 years, rather than just 1, to meet CO2 emission targets in 2025 for their cars and vans. Reuters correspondent Francis Maguire reports.
Shares in major European automakers rose Monday. Investors were pleased when the European Commission gave into pressure to extend CO2 emission targets. Meeting such levels relies on selling more electric vehicles. But that's a segment where European car makers are behind Chinese and US rivals. EU car makers have been hit recently by factory closures and now face US tariffs. They've urged the Commission to grant relief from fines they say could rise to $15.7 billion if their fleets do not meet limits this year. The EU executive is due to publish its automotive plan on Wednesday. It aims to make sure EU car producers can electrify their fleets and compete with more advanced rivals like Tesla and Chinese producers.
Reuters correspondent Francis Maguire.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comment section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.